Thanks a lot, John. I appreciate that introduction and queuing up the presentation here. I just want to start out by saying it feels like an electric transportation family reunion today, doesn't it? Just want to go through a very brief update of what's going on at Progress Energy this year and just bring you up to speed on some of the things that we've already accomplished and some of the things that we plan to accomplish this year. So I'm going to cover our roadmap and then go through some of our current initiatives, and then I'm going to urge you to make the next move, because there's a lot of folks that I see over and over and over again for years at electric transportation events, and I keep trying to get you to lease a car or put in a charging station, but I know that there are a lot of folks out there that for budgetary reasons they're unable to do it, but they might be able to host an event or give a speech or borrow a vehicle or lease a vehicle from Enterprise to take to their child's school and do an education event. So there's a million ways to be involved, and just want to encourage you when I get to the call to action, which is basically your homework assignment. Just going over our vision statement right now, we want to position electric transportation and forge the type of relationships that are going to support our balanced solution of energy efficiency, alternative energy, a state-of-the-art power system, and electric transportation fits within that balanced solution. And we want to advance that technology and infrastructure to support that widespread adoption so that our customers and our stakeholders benefit from that impact. Just looking at some of the strategic organizations of where we accomplish that work, and we plan on continuing to partner with these type of organizations, and this is just a small sample of those that we work with. Of course, we have our Project Get Ready colleagues in Get Ready Central Florida, Get Ready Tampa Bay, our Project Get Ready group in North Carolina, which is North Carolina Get Ready, and of course DOE Clean Cities. We have our director here of Clean Cities today, Bill Young. Where's Bill? Is he here in the, he's outside? Okay, we have Bill Young here. We do a lot of research with the Electric Power Research Institute with fellow utilities and through the Electric Drive Transportation Association and also the Edison Electric Institute. All of this is focused on reducing obstacles and advancing the technologies and putting the hardware in the ground that's going to support that mainstream use that I talked about in our vision statement. Let's just take a look at our current initiatives now, and I want to touch bases on vehicles and then talk about charging infrastructure and then some research projects that we're doing. We're partners with EPRI and utilities across the United States that are testing 21 Ford Escape plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, and that testing will come to a conclusion in the third quarter of this year. We're already being told by Ford that the technology is moving so rapidly for plug-in electric vehicles that our state-of-the-art Zigbee smart grid-enabled lithium-ion plug-in hybrid electric vehicle here is obsolete. And if they were to make this vehicle today, it would be an entirely new, cooler, more advanced technology than the one that we're demonstrating. So that's pretty fascinating when you think of how fast the technology is moving. Moving into the commercial vehicles that are available, we've already added 12 Chevy Volts and 2 Nissan Leafs to the fleet, and we continue to look for new opportunities to add vehicles that will have the right fit within our fleet, whether it's for research and data logging and demonstration, or whether it's actually integrating it somewhere within our organization to do maintenance or to do some type of work at Progress Energy. So that's it for the vehicle update for this year. Charging station installation. We've been busy over the last few months putting in charging stations for our fleets in both the Carolinas and in Florida, and we're getting ready to start second round installations here, and we need to get started pretty soon on a study of where these are needed and what vehicles need them and where people are traveling in their Chevy Volts and Nissan Leafs, so that we're picking the right technology and we're putting it in the right location. Also, we're participating in a DOE smart grid research project, and within that project, we're also installing a residential and some public access stations of the site host who have been chosen to participate in that research project. So that's well underway. And I just as a side comment, I've got to agree with what Jennifer said about the challenges of putting EVS in and working with the site host to try and get that done. The customization level that's required on a contract to make a site host comfortable with hosting, it really requires a lot of thought and a lot of work and a lot of collaboration. So those of you who are embarking on this type of work, no matter which end you're participating in, whether you're trying to site it or whether you're a host, I just want to encourage, patience and collaboration. And it's possible, it's getting done, but it's not something that occurs in a day. Moving on to another look at our current initiatives, which include research projects. These are just a few of the ones we're participating in. We're working with GM and OnStar to test the onboard potential on the Chevy Volt of doing demand-side management. There are some experts in electric transportation that think demand-side management is going to strictly be done at the charging station. There are other specialists that say, no, it's going to all be done on board the vehicle, and we're actually testing both to find out what the pluses and minuses are of doing it both ways. But this is a very, very fascinating technology of you as a customer setting what parameters you're comfortable with for supporting the grid and off-peak charging of your vehicle. And this is a way to test those technologies that are out there right now. Also, we have a very strong relationship with EPRI and partner utilities, and just two of the many, many projects that we participate with EPRI on are the PEV distribution impact, where we're studying circuits in the area to find out if there are transformers that could potentially be overloaded. Near term, we're believing that there's going to be minimal impact. There might be some isolated incidents where there are transformers that are already reaching a high loading capacity, where if everyone in that neighborhood bought a Volt and a Leaf, there might be a concern. But the good thing about this EPRI study is it's flexible, so as we get real numbers from GM and real numbers from Nissan, real numbers from Ford, that can be plugged into the model to give us more of a reality-based study rather than the penetration forecast we're using now. So these studies will only get better as time moves forward. Also, we're looking at EVSE ratio modeling. When I first started with electric transportation with Progress Energy was hearing from experts across the country, you need one level 2 EVSE in the public for every vehicle that's sold. Then we were hearing, no, you need one EVSE for every 2 vehicles that sold. So there's been a constant discussion as to what is right-sizing level 2 EVSE and what's right-sizing DC fast charging. And this study that we're working with EPRI on helps bring a little bit more reality to that, using some pretty good modeling and some pretty good forecasting. Again, this is only going to get better as we get some real vehicle numbers in and can put that in the model. And also, we have 2 additional research projects, the fleet charging station and the smart grid charging station. There's a lot of analytics that's going to go on with both of those projects, lessons learned, how the vehicles are being used, when are they being charged, what's the miles per gallon on the vehicle, etc. So a lot of exciting stuff going on. Like I said, these are just a handful of our research projects that are currently underway. Now it's your turn. This is a call to action. This is your homework assignment, and this is how you can get involved. And many of you are already heavily involved, but if you're asking yourself, what can I do? James, I'm not quite ready to purchase a car yet. Give me an idea of some things that I can do to participate, to be part of this collaboration. First of all, stop working in a silo. The project Get Ready folks, Get Ready Central Florida, Get Ready Tampa Bay, we encounter new folks coming to us all the time wanting to join as a stakeholder that are trying to figure this out alone. They might be visiting a website or 2, they might be reading USA Today, but they're not reaching out to folks that are in the trenches that are doing this on a daily basis. So I want to encourage you, if you're going this alone at your organization or in your personal life, reach out to someone to get that extra help and that information that's out there. Make sure you educate yourself and your organization to a very, very high degree. Find out what it means. Are your customers that are pulling up at your hotel or your restaurant, are they driving plug-in electric vehicles, or are you hearing that that's going to be another year away from now? It's not too early to start thinking and educating yourself, even though you might come to a business determination that it might be too early to put a charging station outside of your restaurant. But at least understand the pluses and minuses of doing so. And finally, advocate and lead by example. Whether that's getting out there and speaking, whether it's leasing a Nissan Leaf from Enterprise for a month for your organization to test it out and see what it means for your organization, whether it's putting a charging station in front of your place of business, I just want to encourage you to advocate by example. There's a lot of power in doing so. We've seen a lot of very, very positive results from organizations and individuals doing this. And with that, just want to run through a real brief summary. We've gone through the roadmap. Also, the education, a great site, as Jennifer's already mentioned, is the EDTA site, the goelectricdrive.com. Current initiatives, we're trying to match research projects and hardware and rolling stock deployment in a way that helps us solve and understand key issues. And finally, call to action, collaborate, educate, and advocate. Thank you very much.